No matter the course that you study in the university, anybody can get rich and wealthy. No matter, notwithstanding the course that you study in the university, okay? Notwithstanding the course that you study in the university, anybody can get rich and wealthy. But these five courses I'm going to share with you right now are useless. But you need to understand one thing. There is actually what they call the career of your education that you studied, okay? And there's what they call the business of the education that you studied. So I want you to understand that there's actually a business in whatever course you are studying, okay? And there's actually also a career in whatever course that you study. So you need to know that there's a difference between the career that you pursue and the business of it. So the first course that you need to understand that is useless, especially in the Nigerian economy right now, is what they call political science. And I'm going to explain why. Political science is useless in the fact that the politicians that are ruling this country didn't study political science. Does that sound strange? You need to understand that if you want to get money out of political science, you must be doing the business of political science, not the career of political science. And by the way, of course, there are people that get lucky if they study political science and they're working in political parties and things like that. They have networks with political politicians and things like that. Well, you need to know that it's just theory knowledge, and the real world knowledge is not actually in the books that you study about political science. Except you're doing it for your private study, when you're trying to get some information about history and some other things like that. But in a whole, you cannot study political science in the present economy because, by the way, it's not that it never worked before, okay? It's not that these courses are not valid, they are valid. We need to understand that with the present state of our economy, okay, we are in a state of chaos, okay? We are telling you that there's oversaturation of the number of political scientists for the available jobs. And so, what you need to understand is that if you want to thrive in this particular course, you need to understand the business of it. And I want to explain, you need to find out for yourself. The second course is philosophy. So philosophy, like everybody says, study philosophy, study philosophy. And it's just know that everybody is a philosopher. So when you go to study philosophy, what are you studying it for? You're studying maybe for your personal gain, or you want to study about Aristotle, study about Socrates, study about Plato, and all these guys, okay, Marcus Aurelius, and all these guys. But there's no practical application in life because you won't go around quoting philosophies for people, quoting quotes and this for people. No, that's not just how life is. If you want to thrive in the philosophy course, you need to understand the business of philosophy. You need to understand that you need to learn how to sell your philosophy and not just go around trying to pursue a career. You end up a teacher, you end up a lecturer, and you can never get rich being a lecturer or a teacher. The third thing you need to understand is linguistics. Linguistics course. A lot of people study linguistics, they say, oh, I'm a graduate of linguistics. Except you're trying to become the professor. They say you're trying to become the VC or trying to become the vice chancellor of the school. What's the point studying linguistics? Because everybody speaks language, except you. Everybody's a linguist, okay? I can go around learning a new language, learn Yoruba, learn Hausa, learn to speak Igbo, of course, plus my native language and English, of course. So why do you want to go and pursue a course in linguistics? And by the way, I'm not trying to say this so that you'll be ashamed or so you'll be discouraged, okay? I need you to understand if you want to thrive in the linguistics career, you need to understand the business of linguistics, the business of running the linguistics business, okay? Not just the career of it, and it's very important. The fourth course is public administration. And by the way, what are you administering, okay? What are you administering in the public administration? The people that run the public, the people that run the business, they never study these courses. A lot of them are even illiterate. They never had enough degrees for this or that or qualification. You need to understand that life is a social game. Life is a social game. It's not even about the course that you studied, okay? It's about the things that you can do. It's about how should I say social skills? Your social skill is your economic value. And so stop about all this. I'm not trying to discourage you or anything. I need you to understand the real brutality of this reality because it's very, very brutal. If you just put your mind every day and trying to read and trying to read and trying to do this, you end up at that particular. You're not going to transcend to the other realm of making it okay. You need to understand the business of public administration and not just the career of it. You need to know how to influence people. You need to know how to plant ideas and suggestions so that they come back in your favor. And by the way, I'm not going to go into that because you need to understand these things, okay? The fourth and fifth and final one is religious studies. Look, all the studies about religion have been done already. So why do you go out there? Are you trying to create your own religion? What exactly are you trying to do? Okay, with religious studies. You have to choose a religion. Everybody's a religious student, okay? And so what are you trying to do? Except you want to know history, except you want to find out the origin of this and things like that. So why the point? Okay? I need to understand, I'm not trying to discourage you. This is I'm saying this video, but I need to understand the brutal truth. Because reality is brutal. And only reality can actually humble you. So don't make the mistake of saying that, okay, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. You have to face the reality. There's actually the business of all these courses, the business of it. There's actually a business in all these courses, and there's a career in all these courses. And by the way, you can never get rich by pursuing the career. You only get rich by pursuing the business of it. So tell me what you want to do. If you are ready to choose the career or the business, and by the way, if you're still studying these courses, you need to learn the business of it. Learn how to sell whatever you study, and not just study and wait for a job. And like always, my friends, I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you in the next one.